Satsangat ji, Vaheguru ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki Fateh. It's always a great honor and a great privilege in the presence of a Sri Guru Granth Sahib to be with you, to be with Sangat. And we face a time now that's very important. We know that this is the Kali Yuga, the darker age. Guru talks about these times and the challenges that we face as Sangat in this world. And now is the time of understanding that Guru has blessed us with a teaching, a science, a technology of how to live and how to be in this life. We live in a time when the mind itself, our mind, is challenged. And we see every day, we see in the news, we see what's happening in governments, we see what's happening in countries where there's just, we call it insanity. Because the mind itself is not balanced. And these times are changing quickly, and we're being affected. And my belief is that, and why I chose to walk this path of life, to walk the path of the Guru, and made that decision now 35 years ago. I was a young man. But I understood something even then, 35 years ago. That if I was to become a slave to my mind, then I would not survive. And I went on my journey to find where on this planet, I said there must be something in my mind said, there has to be somewhere on this planet a teaching, a guide, a science, a way of life that would carry me through and take me to my destination. And I searched and I searched and I looked from the age consciously of 10 years old, and from 10 to that 24 years old until I came to the feet of the Guru, I was searching. Because in my mind I said, if I don't find that which can carry me and give me the teaching and the science of life that was pure and true, then I wouldn't survive it. And when I came to the feet of the Guru, I was 24 years old, and I had never heard or seen in this lifetime, but something touched into my heart. And that first day I bowed at the feet of the Guru, it was 37 years ago, at 24, and tears came to my eyes, because then I knew I had found what would carry me through. And I understood then that we had to look at our bodies, our mind, and our spirit, that there was a trinity of body, mind, and spirit. That if our bodies are not fit, if we can't handle physically the stress of life, it'll be very tough on us. Mentally, if we can't have that way of being able to balance this mind of ours, then we wouldn't think right. And spiritually, that if we were not devoted and understood what is devotion, Today many come to me and they're very emotional. And we see in our Sangha there's much emotion. And I learned that the key of life was that if we take all that emotion, you know emotion, right? And we take all of that emotion and we turn it to devotion, then we'll win this life. And Guru has given us that balance. I had never heard Guru Nanak Dev Ji. I never heard that existed before I came to the feet of the Guru. And when I understood that Guru Nanak Dev Ji came onto this earth, and he brought a universal teaching. Universal means that which can be accepted by everyone. And before Guru Nanak Dev Ji, many teachers and spiritual guides and faiths said that God was outside of you and that somebody had to take you to God. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, nay, he said, God lives in you and you can experience that living God within inside of you. And that revolutionized faith. That changed the picture. And I was searching for that which goes inside. And Guru takes us on that journey of the inside, not just what is outside. That's why it's tough sometimes. They say it's tough to be Khalsa. Why? Because one has to change. You know, the pressure is on us as Sangat to change. But Khalsa is also the vanguard of tomorrow, the leader of tomorrow. Because we learn how to take that stress and the pressure and the challenge of the time. And we learn how to balance ourselves. And that, as I learned, was the power of Gurbani. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji, to my understanding, gave us a guide and a pathway to live a way of living. Some people come to me and say, are you of the Sikh religion? And I said, no, I'm not. Oh, but you look like you're from the Sikh religion. I said, no. They said, what are you? I said, I live the Sikh way of life. Is different. Because I learned that it had to become that way of life. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji made it so simple to live by. Yet we complicate it because we become a slave to the mind and to the Maya. Because Guru Nanak Dev Ji said very simply, 3 basic principles to live by. Is that not true? Kirit karo, work hard, work intelligently, be part of this society, and share what you have with others. And meditate. Simran. He said, meditate. I have a saying, if we don't meditate, then we're going to medicate. It's our choice. But I chose meditation, not medication. The strength of the Gurbani is in the meditative mind, that we have to understand the power. And what is that meditation? What is that vibration of Simran, of Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru? So that I can become within myself calm, sahaj, at peace, at ease. And the difference is, rather than going and running, I tell our young kids, I tell our younger generation, I said, there's a choice you can make. You can go, and get, and try to run after everything, or you can sit and let everything come to you. You can open yourself through Gurbani to let that which is meant to flow to come. That we don't have to chase, that Guru shall look after us, shall take care of our tomorrow, and not bring sorrow to that tomorrow. And the way of life is the devotion that we have. Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave us the basic 4 pillars: Bana, Bani, Seva, and Simran. Bana is that which is outside, is that correct? It's how we look, it's the way that we're identifiable. That Ban is, we're recognized. One day I was coming out of a grocery store, I had bags in my hand, and one lady comes and said, "Are you Khalsa?" I said, "I think so." She said, "Are you that Khalsa guy?" I said, "Yeah, I guess." She said, "You have to help me." Well, I reached in my pocket, I said, "Here's my business card, call my office." She said, "No," she said, "You have to help me." Now I heard Khalsa serves people. I said, "You're right, you're right." And she told me her whole life story, everything. I said, "You'll be blessed, don't worry." She was very happy and moved on. But she identified, she said, that's a Khalsa person. And she heard that Khalsa was there to help. So Ban is that which is outside. It's that reflection, Panchkakar, it's that way we are, that we can be identifiable. Because I understood Khalsa is that which is here to serve, to help others. And the Bana, that which is outside, then what is that Bani? Bani is that which is inside. That Bani vibrates within us so that we become steady. What is the creed of Khalsa? Strong as steel, steady as stone. That the strength that we have inside of us, strong as steel. And how is steel forged? From the fire, from the pressure. How is the diamond made? From the pressure comes a diamond. That Khalsa will always be under that pressure to become that diamond, to become that sword. We'll face that challenge. Because there's no fear. Bani gives us that strength of mind so that there's no fear. Manajit Jagajit, is that not true? Conquer the mind, conquer the world. Is there in the Bani. But through that, we're going to face the challenge of the time. But Guru Gobind Singh Ji created Khalsa to challenge us in these times, to be known, to be identifiable, to understand that here in our Gurdwaras, that many people from many walks of life will come here. You'll watch and see it's already happening. And they're coming to sit with us, to be in the presence of the Guru, even if they don't understand, because they say, here we find peace. And they want to just be with us because we're people of peace. And that seva is that selfless service we give. You taught me more than anything of that seva, to give of our lives, to share what we have. And Simran is the most beautiful. Simran gives us the concentrated effort that establishes our permanency within our own identity to stand against anything. Anything. Because it's not the life that we lead, it's the courage that we bring to that life. That began with Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who walked and shared and brought together all of us. I had that vision one day that in Nasi Devar I was sitting and very deep in meditation. And I had this vision that Guru Nanak Dev Ji, I was in India at some past life, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji was walking and embraced me. And it took me 500 years of lifetime to come back that I could embrace back Guru Nanak and accept and follow these teachings. So we never know what brings us and what challenge we face. I wasn't born to this. It took me 24 years. I must have had very rotten past because 24 years Guru kept me and challenged me and put me through so much test until finally, after 24 years of my life, I was able to come to the feet of the Guru again. And I watch those of you born at the feet of the Guru, named at the feet of the Guru, to have such a blessing to be born in this life and to have Guru in your life. And that's what inspires me. That's what keeps me going year after year, to never lose the inspiration, because the light of Guru is beyond an individual. The light of Guru is for this world. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji brought such a universal truth and a teaching and a way of life for us to live, that any person, anyone, doesn't matter, can understand and embrace and live by, to be carried to the highest level of life. Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave us the Guru Gadi of Sri Guru Granth Sahib. And he said that you shall find me there, and that each individual shall be sovereign unto the Sri Guru Granth. That we each have that individual relationship. And what is Guru? I understood that through reading Japji Sahib when I started, that Guru Nanak Dev Ji taught that we have the finite self, that which is known. Finite means that which is known. And we have the infinite self, that which is unknown. And that every human being has that capacity to go from the finite to the infinite. Atma, each of us, contained inside his Atma, is soul. When that soul is realized, becomes Mahatma, which is great soul. And the relationship of the great soul, the Mahatma within each of us, is the Paramatma, which is the infinite soul. And no one had ever taught this. That every human being has a relationship, both finite, that which is known, and infinite, the infinite cosmos, the infinite universe that Guru Nanak Dev Ji talked about. And what is that bridges that gap is Guru. Guru gives us that experience from finite to infinite, from darkness to light, so that we become elevated. And our uniqueness is that it's just not to become enlightened, it's just not to see that light or to be elevated that way, but through that elevation of spirit, through that rising spirit we call Charikala, rising spirit, exalted spirit, there is that strength and that purpose so that we can never become defeated and we can share with others. Jinni namadiyai gema shakatagal nanakate muka ujale keti shuti nal. Jinni namadiyai, those who go into the depth of that meditative mind. Those who work hard, who serve, who take care. Smiling are their faces, and many others are saved through them. And we walk that path. And today, Satsangaji, that is what this world needs. Khalsa was created to serve in these times, to help others through all people, through that doorway and that pathway to their own soul. And we have that destiny to serve. I came to it. I wasn't born at it, born at the feet of the Guru. I didn't come into it in that way. I came from another side. And I came from a Western mind. So I had to understand, what is this science? And then I started to work with our children, because they also were English, born here and from the Western mind, to understand what is the science of it, to understand the Gurbani, to be able to express so that generations can understand it, as I had to learn it. And I learned it to such a degree of my own devotion that it's beyond self now. You understand, it's beyond me, it's beyond individual. It's a vibration that lives through us. And through that comes our strength. And what is that strength, Vaheguru? Vaheguru means that wonder of life, that wonder, Wah is that wonder, Guru is the transformation. And I had to understand, what is the power of that? How does that work? How does it establish itself? And then I began to understand, what is that Shabad Guru? What is the technology existing in the Guru that we call Shabad Guru? That Shabad itself is that which cuts through our ego, and Guru is that transforms us. And the vibration of the sound in the rag itself has the capacity to shift and change the entire frequency and consciousness of a human being. So I learned it from that side and practiced it so that I could feel what is that experience and share that experience. And through that, become only a better person within our own selves. Because Khalsa is here to serve what our tomorrow shall become. And we want a tomorrow that's bright and beautiful. So Satsangachi, we have a great opportunity to be able to give this seva, the service to humanity. When I understood that Guru teaches us that we have to understand within our own selves what is our tomorrow, what we shall become, where we shall go, and how we can find through Guru's Bani a pathway. I know that our community in India and other places goes through their challenges. We have the challenges that we face. But if we face it with our strength and our courage and give our children that opportunity, give them the opportunity to face their tomorrow, then we'll have no sorrow within our Sangats and we'll grow and prosper. So Sangatji, it's my greatest privilege to be with you. It's my greatest privilege to share with you my own understandings of how we can carry on as Khalsa, create a beautiful and bright future for tomorrow, and really celebrate and rejoice. And at this time when we've celebrated Guru Nanak Dev Ji's birthday, to just realize that Guru Nanak lives in the hearts and the souls of each of us, that Guru shall take us through our tomorrow, and we shall be bright, beautiful, and glorious in reaching our destination as a Sangat. And that's the challenge that we face. But we face that challenge with truth. We face it with our integrity and our ability to unite together under the banner of our Guru, so that Khalsa shall rise in these times to serve all humanity. Satsangachi, thank you so much for this opportunity to be with you this evening. And may Guru bless us to find that true peace and light within our hearts, our minds, and our spirits. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.